We are kicking things off right now with massive transfer buzz. FC Barcelona is reportedly entering a serious race for Newcastle United's Anthony Gordon in what is turning into a blockbuster summer saga. Matteo Morto has confirmed that Anthony Gordon is firmly on the club's radar, and he is the Premier League winger that Barca really likes. We are diving deep into how Barcelona is assessing options, especially if they don't land Marcus Rashford, and why Gordon is now identified as their absolute #1 target if they make a move for anyone coming from the Premier League. And the financial stakes involved could be astronomical.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, the transfer market is heating up with a defender who is becoming a massive target across Europe. Tarik Muharemovic of US Sassuolo is set to become a €40 million transfer target for some of the biggest clubs, including Inter, Juventus, Barcelona, and Aston Villa. We break down the complicated financial situation surrounding this young Bosnian international, looking at how Juventus is positioning itself to profit while Inter looks like the frontrunner, and why Barcelona might see him as a potentially cheaper alternative to other high-profile targets. The pressure is mounting at Barcelona as Hansi Flick looks to reshape the squad for next season, and that means big moves are required. We investigate why the club believes they must sell a key player to unlock the funds needed to bring in the new signings Flick has requested. We look at the potential exits for players like Ferran Torres, Jules Kounde, or Raphinha, and the complex situation surrounding Raphinha's willingness to leave if it helps rebuild the squad in the short to medium term. And finally, as Barcelona gears up for the biggest match of the season, El Clasico, we look at the final preparations. FC Barcelona returned to training with everyone ready except for Lamine Yamal, who is focusing on his recovery. We see how Raphinha's recent performance has given him a bigger role, and how the entire squad, including youngsters like Eder Aller and Xavi Espart, is locking down the strategy for that showdown against Real Madrid. Stay with us for more breaking news right after this. FC Barcelona is reportedly entering a competitive race for Newcastle United's winger, Anthony Gordon, amid a rapidly escalating summer transfer saga. The Catalan club has emerged as a serious contender to sign the England international ahead of the upcoming transfer window. Gordon has already attracted significant interest from several top European clubs, including Bayern Munich and Arsenal, following a strong performance in the first two-thirds of the season. However, reports indicate that Barcelona has now firmly placed Gordon on their radar. Matteo Morto confirmed on Monday that Anthony Gordon is a player that Barcelona strongly favors, stating, "Anthony Gordon is the Premier League winger that Barca likes a lot. The cost of the operation is very high." Barcelona is reportedly evaluating options on the left wing, particularly in the event they do not secure a deal with Marcus Rashford, positioning Gordon as their primary target if they pursue a Premier League transfer. Despite the interest, the financial implications present a major hurdle. Newcastle United is expected to demand a substantial fee for any sale, with estimates ranging between £75 million and £80 million. This valuation could prove challenging for the Catalans to meet. Currently, Bayern Munich is cited as the only club to have submitted a bid for Gordon, though this offer remains significantly below Newcastle's valuation of the player. The transfer saga remains highly competitive as Barcelona assesses its strategy against other interested parties. Sassuolo defender Tarik Muharemovic is poised to become a major transfer commodity this summer, attracting intense interest from several top European clubs, including Inter Milan, Juventus, Barcelona, and Aston Villa, with transfer prices rumored to reach €40 million. The 23-year-old Bosnia and Herzegovina international has delivered impressive performances for both his current club and the national team, where he recently helped Italy secure a victory in the World Cup playoffs. Juventus has a historical connection to the player, having signed him from Austrian Wolfsberger in 2021 through their youth academy. While Juventus secured his permanent transfer last summer for €2 million, they strategically retained a 50% share of any future sale fee. This arrangement means that if Juventus were to pursue a return, they would effectively pay only half of the rumored €40 million asking price, while still securing the player as a product of their academy. Inter Milan is currently considered the leading contender to sign Muharemovic, although his future prospects may be intertwined with the ongoing negotiations surrounding Alessandro Bastoni. Furthermore, Barcelona is eyeing the player as a potentially more cost-effective alternative to the Italy international, whose valuation is estimated to be significantly higher, potentially exceeding €65 million. Meanwhile, Aston Villa in the Premier League is positioned to make a substantial investment, potentially spending up to €40 million for the young defender, who recently turned 23 and has already earned 12 senior caps for Bosnia and Herzegovina. The market is set to be highly competitive as clubs vie for the services of the rising talent. Barcelona is reportedly preparing to sell a key player to raise approximately €100 million to facilitate crucial squad strengthening ahead of the summer transfer window. According to an update from ESPN, the club believes exits are necessary if manager Hansi Flick is to secure the signings he desires, specifically targeting either a defender or a striker. The financial goal is set at raising around €100 million, $118 million, through player sales to refresh the squad and bolster ambitions for winning the Champions League next season. The players named in potential sales include Ferran Torres, Jules Kounde, or Raphinha. Ferran Torres' situation is complicated by his contract expiring next year. Jules Kounde is also on the market due to inconsistent form and interest from Premier League clubs, with Liverpool reportedly showing keen interest. Raphinha's situation is described as complex. While Barcelona views him as vital, the club may be open to a significant offer, noting that Raphinha is reportedly receptive to a move if it aids in the short to medium-term rebuilding of the squad. While other potential sales, such as midfielder Marc Casado and Monaco, loanee Ansu Fati, are already being considered, the club suggests further departures are required if they intend to pursue major acquisitions like Alessandro Bastoni and Julian Alvarez. FC Barcelona has commenced final preparations for the highly anticipated El Clasico against Real Madrid, returning to training at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper on Wednesday. The squad trained under the direction of manager Hansi Flick following a brief break, with the objective of securing the La Liga title. Raphinha was noted for raising the intensity during the session, and his inclusion in the squad for the previous Saturday's 2-1 victory over Osasuna suggests a potential increased role in the upcoming clash. Andreas Christensen also participated, awaiting medical clearance for a partial tear of his anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee. Key players Pedri and Eric Garcia both attended the session despite carrying physical discomfort from their recent match in Pamplona, with Pedri being substituted late in the game and Eric Garcia being forced off due to fitness concerns. The only notable absentee was injured winger Lamine Yamal, who is focusing on his individual recovery program and will miss the remainder of the league season, though his progress is reportedly ahead of the World Cup. To round out the session, manager Flick also called up several young players, including Eder Aller, Xavi Espart, Alvaro Cortés, and Tommy Marquez. Barcelona is scheduled to resume full preparations tomorrow at 11:00 a.m. local time in anticipation of the showdown with Real Madrid.